Hey guys, this we're rolling again, and I'm about to show you guys how to edit with Adobe Lightroom Classic CC. I took this photo at my job, and when you look at the histogram right here, you can see the ISO that I shot in, the focal length, and the f-stop, which was a 4.0 f-stop, and the shutter speed was set to 1/50th of a second. So I believe you guys know how to import a photo already. So let's go ahead and do it. So first you go to develop, and you go to lens correction, you remove chromatic aberration, enable the profile correction. It's gonna fix just little stuff in the photo, and the photo's too dark. I like it, but it's too dark, so I'm gonna bring most of the highlights out, and we don't want no HDR look in this photo. So first thing I'm gonna do is touch up on the car. First thing is touch up on the car. Bring all the. That's what our main focus is the car. To get as much details of the car first. So when you hit the invert thingy right here, it's just gonna focus on the car only, and I'm gonna bring the exposure just up a little bit, the contrast down, because we want to focus on the car, and the highlights up to about 51%, just a little bit of shadow to about 3, and the whites just a little bit more to about 48%, and the black, I'm not going to really touch the blacks like that because the photo is pretty dark itself, so I'm just going to bring it up to 10 or maybe 6. I'll keep it about 6. I like it like this. And the clarity, we're not going to touch it because if you touch the clarity, the car's going to get dark again, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to keep the clarity to 0. We might come back and touch it up if anything, and we're going to sharpen up the photo just because we might put the saturation of the photo down. There you go. And reduce some noise in the photo to about 44%. Hit done. I like how the car is looking right now. It's looking a little glossy and everything. Now we got to fix the background, which is darker. And I went to level the photo just to keep the photo straight. There you go. I like it this way. And you're gonna go to basics, the basics tab, the exposure, just about this amount. Keep it right here, about 0.28 plus. The contrast not too much, about -4. And the highlights, bring it down because we got some pretty clouds in the photo, so we want to keep the highlights up. We don't keep the milky feeling in the highlights. And the shadows, I don't want to bring it too much up because it might affect the background. I'm just going to paint over the background to get some of the trees out, like these trees right here. So I'm going to keep the shadows up to 3. The whites, not too much, just a little bit up. Because if you bring the whites too much up, it's going to blow out the sky, as you can see. So you're going to keep it somewhere around that. And the blacks, leave the blacks as it is. Yeah, just bring the blacks up to about 13%, 13 plus. The clarity, we're gonna play with the clarity and see how much we want it to be. We don't want too much of an HDR look. You see what I'm saying? Because then it looks fake and it looks Photoshop too much. So we're not using Photoshop, we're just using Lightroom basics. And dehaze, I don't really know what a dehaze do, but I think it darkens it. As you can see, I don't want that effect. So I'm probably gonna bring the DS to about 1%, -1%. Now we we're gonna go to vibrance and the saturation, and I usually play with the vibrance and saturation a lot to see what kind of look I want. If I want more like a darker look, if I want more like a colorful look, or more like a brighter look. So usually I just play with the saturation just for a little bit, see how I like it. I'll keep it about somewhere here. I kept the vibrance at 22 and the saturation at -7. Then we're gonna go to the tone curve, bring out some of the highlights in the tone curve, bring it down, bring it up to probably like 14 plus. The lights up again to about 7. We don't want too much of a dark photo, so yeah, that's why I keep bringing the lights up and up. The darks, don't touch it at all. And I don't want too much shadow to be blown out in the photo, so I keep the shadow at 0. And then when we go to details, we're gonna sharpen up the photo just a little bit, about 60%, yeah. And we're gonna mask it. When you press the option key on the Mac, I think option key for the Windows is Control or Alt, one of them. But for Mac, it's Option. When you hold into the Option key and you drag your mouse, it's gonna tell you what part of the photo is being sharpened. And as you can see, it's sharpening up the car. There you go. And the more you sharpen out the photo, the less you get more noise when you sharpen up the photo. So we're gonna bring up the noise, luminous, up just to get every noise out of it. There you go. Now look at how sleek the car is looking. Pretty glossy. I like that. You're gonna leave this tab right here because we don't need to touch it up anymore. Now we're about to touch the tree because the tree is pretty dark. We're gonna retouch the trees and the trees back here, and maybe possibly I will clone this tree out maybe, but I want to keep it, so I'm gonna just brighten this tree right here. So what I would do is go here. Let's see what it's gonna do. Yeah. I kind of like that look, so I'm probably just gonna bring this down just a little bit, or just use this tab right here. It's called a radar filter. When you press Shift plus M, it's gonna bring it up, and then just circle this tree on itself. Circle this tree with this one next to it. Since we have a low clouds in it, we don't really want to touch the tree too much because it might really affect the clouds. So you press this invert and bring out some of the highlights. Bring the highlights to 27. Exposure, not too much. The whites up. Blacks up to about 20. Contracts, bring the contracts to about 8. Just keep it a little darker but a little brighter too. And we don't want to sharpen it up. The dehaze, bring it down to about 4. And let's see. There you go. But then we still have too much of a brightness up here, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back and retouch this photo because it's too bright. So I guess I'm bringing the highlights down, the whites down one more time. There you go. Or we could just brush this out. Keep it clean. Let's see what a brush 2 can do here. that's the best option. Then brush it out. There you go. Keep brushing. Brush out all the leaves, the branches. You don't want to go. You don't want to brush it too much because you might get some part of the skies, and you don't want the photo to look too brushed out and get the sky to look all funny. So you're gonna keep brushing it until we get the whole tree to come out bright and nice, because that's our end goal. Try to get the tree brighter. I'm not really going to touch these branches, but I'm going to touch this tree right here just because it's in the background and I think it might look good if we are able to bring the colors out of it when we go to the coloring part of it. There you go. A couple more brushes up and down. And we're going to keep the exposure about that amount. Highlights up, shadows up, whites up. We don't want to blow up the photo too much, so we're going to keep it about this amount. Clarity, 3%. Now there you go. The tree looks brighter now. It looks more realistic, and I see a little over bright on the side. We're just gonna keep it because I think once it goes back to JPEG, it's gonna fix itself. Now the colors. With the colors, I don't really do too much touching in the colors because you kind of blow out the photo sometimes. So with the colors, we're just gonna see what we really want to pop out. Like this tree is orange and yellow. We want to bring out the orange just a little bit. There you go. And the luminous up just a little bit too. Keep it above. Keep the hue. Keep the hue at 0. The reds, just bring out the brake lights. Make the brake lights brighter. There you go. And let's see yellow. Let's see what yellow's gonna do. Okay. Can't play with the yellow too much. Keep it about 6%. Now the car is green and it looks like it's green and aqua at the same time. Or turquoise. So we're gonna play with the blues first. See how much color we could get out of the car. Keep it about that amount. There you go. The aqua, bring the aqua up. The luminous down. Just keep the car's original paint on it. And pretty much that. So thank you guys for watching, and this is the end product of the car. I'm not going to do too much touch up to it. I'm going to post it on YouTube for you guys to check it out. So this is the first. This is the basic stuff you need to do. But if I was to use Photoshop, I could get most of the highlights out and all that stuff. But I'm gonna keep it right here and make the video short enough for you guys. So thank you for watching.